big brush palette. I already got this paper wet. I'm going to fold this so I can see this. The detail of where he's standing out on this beach where they let you drive your cars. I kind of want to have that as part of the portrait because it kind of tells the story of where he's at. So I want to have the blue sky and the beach. You see that beach?
Yeah.
And then, I don't know what the cars, we could maybe put some dots in there for cars. I don't know what, there's a structure on the right side of the...
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. That might be some sort of a pier or something. Yeah. Hang on a sec. Let's take a look at what this is. No, that's okay. I'm going to not worry about that. I was just curious. So let's try a monochromatic of Kyle here. So I'm going to do this in a... Should I do this in the raw sienna or in the burnt sienna? For my monochromatic.
I do it in both. But
okay. Let's do it. We'll start with the raw.
Start with the raw. Looks like the brightest highlights on his nose.
Yeah. Let's do a little bit of a... I'm going to use my hake and get the sky kind of in there with the raw sienna. Because there's a gradient in the sky. And it goes from dark at the top, as it does, to lighter at the bottom. There's the sky. And the beach seems to have a little bit more value in it. This will be kind of a painting, monochromatic painting. Let's not fool ourselves. I know what I'm going to do here. There we go. Like that. There's my sky. The beach is interesting because there's some character in the beach. There's some tire marks. You see that right behind him? There's some tires.
Yeah.
Some tire tracks. Let's make the beach... And the beach starts out kind of dark at the bottom and looks like it gets lighter at the horizon.
What is the ocean behind him or in front of him?
It's off to the left or the right, and I suspect it's off to the right in this photograph. Because we're looking along the length of the beach. So I suspect it's off to the right. It's hard to tell, isn't it?
Yeah.
He might be actually just looking at the ocean. It might be in front of his view, behind us. Okay. I kind of like this the whole scene because it's sparse and bleak, and his expression is bleak, and it's humorous the way it looks. Okay, so we'll do a wash for his face. I'm going to just use a round now to kind of control what we're doing. So the highlights are his sunlit flesh, which is everywhere. So I'm just going to kind of do a wash on his whole face here. And we can actually see his eyes through his glasses. They're not sunglasses. So if I do this, I should have used a hake for that. And then his neck disappears into his clothing. So we don't really see not a lot of his neck. And he has an earlobe sticking out. And then up here behind the hat, and he's wearing glasses. It's about like that. So I'm going to lift this back.
That looks pretty good.
Let's lift this back in sections. So I'm going to put his nose here. I kind of sketched this out so I kind of know where things are. And then his eye. The sunlight goes through his glasses.
Yeah.
Down his face. His chin is a little bit proud, sticking out here.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
And then there's some little sunlight on his cheek over here.
Right.
Right there. And a little bit right on the... I don't know what that would be called, but it's the proudest point of his cheek, his nose. Let's get this cleaner water here. See, already we got a face here. And then his lower lip is really sticking out there. He's pouting.
Yeah.
He likes to be dramatic for the camera. He's kind of a clown. He's really, really witty and fast. His mind is always kind of ahead of the crowd as far as what he's observing and his humor. He always makes people laugh. I've gone out with Kyle. We've gone out to see some bands playing in town, and he knows everybody because from his days of when he was playing music, he can go out in Seattle at night and he knows everybody. He'll walk up to a bar and he'll walk up to the doorman, and the doorman is somebody he knew from a band back in the 90s, you know. He knows everybody. So he's kind of the well-known guy around town. I kind of like this way of painting.
Yeah.
So this is his chin down here, and this is his lip. I got to make a separation there. His chin is right about here. And he's unshaven because he's out on vacation. Okay, so now his glasses have a highlight. And the glasses are right up in the hat. So we're going to put the glasses right up about here. There's that highlighted rim of his eyeglasses. Right there.
Yeah.
And then over here, this is less well defined. Like that. I really like this method of painting. I'm kind of approaching.
It sort of slowly emerges.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so now I'm gonna do his hat, and his hat. What is the value of his hat compared to the sky? Is it darker than the sky, or is it the same as the sky? Or is it lighter than the sky?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
You know, I don't know if you found it in what I sent you, but I had a value scale indicator, a card with holes punched in it.
Yeah.
With different values.
Yeah.
And you could use that to compare values.
I saw that. It's a little black and white card with a hole in it.
Yeah.
And it's laminated, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I can find that.
And that would help you in a situation.
Yeah. I don't want to go digging for it right now. But I know what you're talking about. I can get that out. I should have that handy for these situations.
Yeah. Might be worthwhile.
Yeah. Let's try to eyeball this one. So I'm trying to get the character of his hat here.
Yeah.
It's a beanie kind of cap. And see, look at these the way the cap is made, it has kind of these lines coming down. And they're all parallel. And it kind of distorts around his glasses on the left side here. And it's much darker right around the frame of his glasses. So I have to darken that up. So
that's interesting.
The values, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the hat is lighter than the sky almost. I think the hat should be lighter.
The problem with the hat is it has highlights and dark shadows.
Yeah.
Because of the weave of the fabric.
Right.
And so the darks are darker than the sky, and the lights are lighter than the sky.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Makes it difficult to compare them.
Yeah. So I think in the end I'm going to do this fairly abstract, so I don't really care in the end if I'm accurate to the photos.
Yeah, that's right.
Interpretation of what's going on.
That's really true, because you could almost quit right now.
Yeah, and I think I will on our study. I'm going to... Oh, I dabbed my brush in the wrong thing here. Okay. I'm going to just keep going the way I'm going and not overthink it too much.
This is looking real good.
Yeah. So I'm going to darken up his clothing here.
Yeah.
That'll help me figure out what I'm doing. There.
Yeah.
And it goes off the side. Boom. And then over here, now, the line of his neck and his earlobe, I think I have that about right. It needs to be a little rounder right here. He has a big moon face, big round moon face. He's 6'3", and I think last time I talked to him, he weighs about 225. But his face is very big and round. Rounder than most. He kind of has a large head. So I'm going to try to bring his skin down. There. Trying to get it more the shape that I see in the photo. See, now I got my study here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not quite right. His head is a little more cocked this way. I like what I'm doing though, so I'm going to keep going with it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The glasses need to be a little higher. This is nice over here. Look at that cheek right there. You see this?
His cap comes down to the top of his glasses.
Right, that's my mistake. Right there. So let's bring this down a little more. And then the front of his cap, only at the last minute does it turn dark as it turns the corner there.
Yeah.
There you go. Look at that. Much better. That's really weird how I see his face so clearly now. In this.
Yeah.
That's so interesting how I can just clearly see his face. And I guess that's kind of what the artist is doing is you're chiseling away the stone and you're trying to find the face underneath this.
Yeah. And
so the way I'm painting this is I put down color and I lifted it out to get to where we are. And then this has some character. I'm not going to get too worried about this. This comes up here, and then there's a little curve here. He's wearing a hoodie, and then this comes down like that. Okay, there. I'm going to try to leave that fairly dark. This here needs to be very dark, so I got to do another layer over here. And it comes up tight against his skin. Okay, now I think that we're almost done. The only thing I want to do is figure out now the mid values, and the mid values would be his shadow skin.
Yeah.
So the shadow skin, this is difficult because his eyes are embedded in there, and they're kind of squinty, and they're not. They are level, but his eyeglasses are tilted.
Yeah. That's true.
So I should probably tilt these glasses a little more when we do it. If we do this again, this might be my final painting because it's pretty good. Oh, his hoodie has some sunlight on it over here. So let's just kind of do a little wipe here. See if I can get this. This comes around in a line like this. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That is just weird how that works. Now this shoulder, he has a string there, and then I'm going to do this like that. Bring this down like that. I like that.
Yeah.
The beach, I don't know if I need to worry about the beach too much. I would like to get a horizon line in there. That's probably going to be a rigger.
Yeah.
Okay. We got to do his eyes. We got to figure out his eyes. And the shadow of his glasses and the eye. Well, the glasses are going to be a rigger. The major shadows on his face, I guess I can do with this round. Let's see if we get the major shadows on his face. His eyes I'll have to do with the rigger, I bet.
Yeah.
Now, this is where things can go wrong. He kind of has this. His face kind of looks like the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. The shadows over his face are pretty uniform.
The value, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. I'm really looking hard now at the shadows.
Yeah.
I'm going to call the shadows on his flesh, I'm going to call those the medium value. And so, the medium value in his eyes, there's some bright sunlight down here, and there's some highlight on his cheeks over here. How do I do this? And then down here is lip, and then his chin underneath. I'm going to take a picture of this right now at this state because I like how it looks right now.
Yeah, it looks great.
Get a clear picture of this. There we go. Good. Well, no guts, no glory. We got to try this.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can do this. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to start with this medium value and build it up. His nose is kind of large and pointed, and then he has a nostril that we see clearly.
Yeah, the nostrils, the same value as his eyes.
Very dark.
Very dark.
And I'm trying to figure out the placement of the nostril. It's a little bit to our right of center of his nose line, obviously, because that's his nose. And then, but it's almost under the corner of his left eye, kind of right, and it's on the horizon line. I think it's right about there. You see that dot?
Yeah, pretty close.
Now, I don't know if I want to try to paint a nostril or not. That's it. Now, his lip, there's a shadow. I should just paint fast and loose. The shadow comes down into his upper lip. The shadow is right around here. I already have it kind of mapped out there. Comes here, like this, through his lip, and then out. His lower lip catches some sun, like that. And now his lower lip, see if I can get it, is about like this, like that. And then this line is fairly straight across his chin.
Yeah.
And then it comes around, and there's some texture in there, and it comes all the way up in here. There's a little crease, like this. This comes down, and then something like this. And then that's very bright, right against his hoodie.
Yeah, right.
So this is a medium value. So I'm going to fill this in as a medium value here, like this. There's going to be some darker darks in here. There's a little bit of a chin thing. Don't want to get too hung up on this. Now, this shadow coming down from his right eye down along the nose. There's the nostril under here. How am I doing this? This is going to be here. This is hard now. Right here is his nose. And this is all shade. I already kind of mapped this out by touching it with the tissue. And then this is all medium value here.
Yeah.
Now, this sunglasses has a line, his eyeglasses. Here. Now this is all medium value. I kind of want to retain what we have already. Here. It's very dark right inside his glasses. Right there. Very dark. I should rigger this. This here is his here. This is there's a gradient here. You got to figure out. There's the sun. There's a line right there.
Yeah, that's good.
His nose. I think the trick to all this kind of painting is you just got to keep going with it and not stop. Not start thinking so hard. So his glasses are up in the hat. The hat comes down behind the glasses right here. You see this?
Yeah.
And there's just a sliver right there of skin. This is dark. Okay. And then the hat actually comes behind, through the glasses right there. The outside of this hat is very dark. Right here.
Yeah.
And it comes down well down into his cheek.
Yeah.
It looks like a helmet almost, the way he's wearing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it does.
Now, the round of his face behind the glasses comes down, and then this is all dark.
Yeah.
There's a line on the hat because there's kind of a crease on the hat, and then it's lighter above that.
Yeah.
Now, how can I do this? This medium value starts in here and comes down under his eye, across his cheek, and then it turns the corner and goes down. And then that's inside the eyeglasses. The glasses need to be a little bit bigger than that. Let's see here. The eye is going to be up in there. I got to figure that out. This is a medium value. And then right down across his earlobe. His earlobe is bisected by the Terminator on his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's knock this down a little here. There's a little dark right there. Bring this down. There's a little sliver of sunlight right there. A little dark here. Little sliver of sunlight right out there. That's about right. So I'm going to darken all this stuff up. Let's try to figure out his eyes. His eyes and his lips. So the lightest part on his face is probably the bridge of his nose and his upper lip over here.
Yeah.
And right under his eye over here, there's a pretty
under his
bright.
eye. So, yeah. And his earlobe.
Oh, I see. There's a little. I got a little thing here. If I can get it, there's a little weird sunlight right in there.
Yeah. There is. It's just almost white.
Yeah. Let's see if I can lighten that up a little bit.
It's about the same value as the ridge on his nose.
Yeah. This is hard. Getting the expression is going to be the hardest part. So I'm just going to see what I can do. So there's a medium value on the bridge of his nose. His nose is kind of rounded the other way than I have it. Right there, right there. Right, there's the glasses. This is fairly close actually, right there. Let's lift this back. No, I'm gonna leave that dark. This is here. His lips. Okay, I think I'm gonna go to the rigger now.
Yeah.
See if we can dial this in. that's his lower lip. And then the crease of his mouth is kind of this. And then it comes down fairly quick and short like this. See, that's his lip.
Yeah.
That looks pretty good. There is a shadow coming off his nose, under his glasses, and then his long cheek coming down, kind of like that.
Yeah.
But it arches a little bit more. Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's weird how it works. Okay, now, I don't want to paint his upper lip. There's a crease, a darker crease running from his nose. It's almost a sneer. He has kind of this sneer going on. And his lip here, this is interesting, right here, curves out into the shadow. Like that. And then the crease between his, you know the words for this, the anatomy. But the his right nostril is kind of lifted a little bit in a sneer.
It is, yeah.
Which is perfect. This is perfect. So right, and then that crease line is almost straight. And it comes down and rounds his mouth.
Right.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with that.
That's pretty good.
Now his eyeglasses, let's do his rims. I want to wrap this up pretty quick. I don't want to linger on this. So these glasses over here are very tilted. And so I got to see if I can get this outline figured out. Down to his nose. So something like, I can paint that background back in better when I need to finish it. Right here. And that's not a straight line, that's a wavy line. His glasses. There's a little,
that's right, it is a wavy line.
Little saddle here, and then it comes out down to here. And that's all in the sun, so I'm going to have to try to do a highlight on that if I can.
You could scrape a highlight on.
Yeah. There's a little square corner out here of his glasses. A little square corner over here of his glasses. There.
Yeah, good.
Now, the inside of his glass frame stops in line with his nose line, right about here. Right here. And the glasses run down his nose. I gotta learn the anatomy words so I can discuss these things with you. I need to learn face anatomy terms. So his glasses come down about like this. And they're kind of nicely rounded, and then they do a little corner right there. Look at that.
Oh. Yeah, that's really good.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, there. Perfect.
I kind of like the way the glasses look right now. This is fairly straight.
Go with them the way they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you got it. Yeah. Great.
This one should be a little longer. That's okay. I'm not going to get too crazy about it. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Now, inside edge. This is dark. I got to paint this down dark. This here has a highlight scrape on the inside. I might be able to just leave that. And then, you see all this reflected sunlight on the inside of the rim of his glasses.
Yeah.
And then this comes down small. And this comes down in here like this. I can just see it. Yeah. That's good. This one here, it's fairly simple once you get the outside thing figured out.
Yeah.
And then this comes down. Now, okay. I can paint this in solid. There. These are black framed glasses. This is solid.
Yeah, or kind of a blue black.
Yeah. Yeah. Good observation. Right on the bridge of his nose, you can see the bluish, metallic kind of look.
Yeah.
He just got his glasses about 3 years ago. He never needed glasses before, but, you know, as we all get older, we need glasses.
Yeah.
And then he hated wearing them. So he'd walk around holding him in his hand because he'd be half blind. And then he'd only put him on when he needed to see him. Which is really an old man thing to do, you know. Try to look pretty walking around with no glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the problem with my chin is his chin is much bigger. You see his chin in the photo?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I do this again, this is part of his personality, is that big chin. So we'll finish this one, but I'm going to need to do this again.
I think we made the distance between the bottom of his nose and the crease of his mouth is smaller in the photo than what we have in the sketch.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do this one again because this is not, doesn't look like him. The whole purpose of doing this is to learn these things. Is to figure it out. Yeah, this is our study, yeah.
So that when you finally do the painting, you lay it in there more carefully.
Yeah. So let's try to get his eye. His eye is right here. Yeah. His eye is a little bit looking off to our left. He's looking off over our shoulders.
Yeah.
This is a selfie. He took this of himself. That has a little curve down there. There's a little thing here. And then this eye starts way out here, right about there. And there's kind of this sadness in his eyes. And then here. That could be a little... It's interesting. Eyes are so interesting because if you make the slightest deviation, it just doesn't look quite right.
Yeah.
It's so ingrained in our primitive brain what an eye looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a little character down here.
It's one of the first things you see. And as a pediatrician, I used to tell mothers to hold their child up, facing them, looking at their face.
Always, right?
At the same time, it's important that the mother look at the child face on face, face to face.
Yeah, because the baby is identifying with the human.
He's learning,
the expression.
He's learning about human expressions.
Yeah.
That's looking real good.
Okay, now put a couple little little things here.
Little shadow under his eye.
There. This inside here is really interesting. There's sunlight, and then that shadow of his rim of his glasses is very interesting. It comes out and then jumps down and over like that.
Yeah, that's it.
And then I gotta darken up all this other stuff in here. So this has this little edge like that.
Yeah. And then on down around it.
Yeah, look at this. This crazy shadow coming down here. This is all here. And then it comes down very thin and then turns fat. Mary's back.
Yeah.
This is straight.
Yeah.
And then it has a little corner right there.
Yeah.
So, Ward, can I just quickly tell you something?
Yeah.
That every year, if you go, and you probably already know this, but there's an eagle cam in Decorah, which is Iowa. If you type in Decorah Northwest, the eagles got their baby chicks hatched out.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun to watch them.
I watch those all the time.
Oh, you do? You said, I figured you knew about it.
Yeah, there's a particular eagle cam where they're up in the canopy of a tree.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Yeah. They camp in the nest, right?
Yeah.
And they bring them critters, get squirrels and feed their chicks and everything. And then the chicks fight and all that.
I find it amazing that eagles even live, because if you watch the whole life cycle, they have to jump out of the nest one day and fly.
I know, and that's, you don't know. Mom doesn't know exactly what's under the ground. She just finds a nest.
Yeah, and these eagles have to fly. They fly or they die, you know?
Right.
And it works. They just keep flying all the time, and so it's amazing.
Yeah, survival, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I figured you might know, but I want to tell you before I forgot.
Yeah, that's awesome. So there's a little bit.
Yeah.
This is a good challenge. I like this one. We'll get this right. I really need to nail his face. I need to get it so it looks like him. That's the whole point of the portrait, is you got to capture the essence of the person.
That's it.
And it doesn't need to look like him. It's the essence of their personality and their expression. See, and the sunlight comes down over here on the hat.
That's what artists call gesture.
The gesture of their face. Character. Let's get this darker. This comes down to his earlobe. I want to leave the earlobe bright. And the dark comes around the earlobe. And this is medium dark in here, so let's make that a little lighter. Yeah, this whole chin is completely wrong.
This looks right. Yeah, except for that, you got it really right.
The eyes are pretty good.
Everything's really good in the whole thing, except on the chin a little bit. But
yeah, we'll get it.
Other than that, because if the chin was a little bigger,
yeah,
it would get the expression better.
Yeah. So now,
pretty good so far.
For a first stab, that's why it's better to paint strangers, because it doesn't matter if it looks like them or not. I want to lighten up his hat a little bit. I mean, darken down his hat a little bit. So the hat comes up. He has it folded over, so there's a big band up here. So this comes up. And actually, for our painting, it might be nice to paint his hat a little darker. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think making his hat a little darker kind of makes it more dramatic. I don't know. It makes his face look more like it's in the sun. The horizon. The horizon is key to this whole painting.
Yeah.
Because it shows that he's out in the middle of a bleak nowhere.
Yeah. Lift out some tire track.
Yeah. Let's see, I'll do this with a rigger. And they kind of start out like that. The insides of his eyes are very dark, so I don't need to worry about that being light. Let's see, there's some scrapes. I don't know if I can get them now. Let's try it. So highlight on his glasses.
Yeah.
Up here. It comes down a little more. Like that. That's good. Inside his glasses. Inside his glasses up here. Oop. Wow, that side scrape's really easy. This comes down. Yeah, the chin. The chin. I think that's it for my study. I'm going to add one more dark line up here. I kind of want to put a little bit of a horizon texture here. And then there's some sort of building or something over here. Like that. Alright, that's the first one. That was 40. Right. So let's lift that out.
Yeah, it's the glasses that we need to
make them much.
They might be a little smaller.
A lot smaller, actually. And that helps emphasize the size of his face. Let me get a clean paper towel here.
Well, I like it now that you took the glasses out.
Yeah.
And I compare the nose and the mouth. It looks a lot better.
Yeah, the glasses were messing with this.
Yeah, they were. See, that looks a lot better, doesn't it? I'd almost put those bottom glasses rims in last, you know?
And a lot higher.
Yeah.
So if you look at the length of his nose...
I'd make the glasses a little smaller than we have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, a lot better.
It does.
I'm comparing them to the...
Oh, yeah. When I look at them side by side here, yeah, this is... I would rather err on a little bit on the small side with the glasses.
Yeah, I think so, too.
And that helps get his overall size of his head better.
Yeah.
And these actually come out.
Yeah, that's looking good. Yeah. Yeah, that's more like it. That looks good.
In my black and white print here, I can't see the details in there. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to print this in black and white, was to eliminate a lot of those details. So when I paint it, I don't have to worry about those details.
Yeah.
But when I look at the color photograph, of course, I can see all the nuances in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this hat over here now is too far this way. I think it needs to be more up on top of his head.
Yeah, maybe so.
This needs to be a little higher up in here to get his skull. And then...
Yeah, it's pretty good on that part. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think that is better.
Let's see.
Might be just a trifle.
Yeah. Let's bring this down a little bit. Your eye at seeing proportion is right on, so I trust what you're seeing better than what I can get here.
Well, usually they're pretty good. Yeah, that's better.
And it's round. It's just round right here. There's moments I look at this and I clearly see the character, the personality. And then there's... This is fun. This is a lot more fun to do something where I know the guy pretty well. So if I get it right, I see him. And if I don't get it right, he disappears again. So it's fun to do this, as opposed to doing a stranger, because the stranger, you know, I don't connect with it as well with the stranger.
Right.
I've known him for 25 years, so if I get the character right, I really see him come out. There's a sadness in his eyes. If I could get that sadness, that far away.
Yeah, there sort of is. Now that you mention it.
But he's a character actor. You know, he's always trying to make people laugh, and so he's really good at pulling faces and mugging for the camera. And you know, he'll look at you and he'll do an expression like this, and he's just doing it to make you laugh. This hat corner is interesting. It has to have a little kick out there. And this needs to be... Nah, it's a weird shape, and I got to get it right. You think it's...
I think we got the hat a little high. And right up the lower part of the hat across the glasses is critical. There, that's good. See, I think the distance between the lower cap and the top of the hat is smaller than the sketch, you know.
Wait, say that again.
Well, when I'm looking at the distance between the bottom of the cap, where you had your fingers, that's too wide in the sketch compared to the photo.
Right. So I made the top of the cap too tall into the sky. I need to lower this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Better.
We can creep up on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's way better. That suddenly looks.
That line there comes down very sharp. Maybe more sharp than you've got it. Yeah. Comes right down toward his ear. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Now I think you're pretty close to right on.
Wow. It's interesting. Just little shifts.
Yeah.
Really change the energy of all this.
Yeah. Boy, that's close. Yeah, that's great. We finally got the mouth and the jaw and nose and everything in there right.
Let me take a picture of this one. We'll need to end up painting this tomorrow. I'm going to work from this one. Come on, let's get this.
Well, you might want... It might take several days to get your sketches right for the painting. I don't,
Yeah.
You'd have to take it a step at a time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy, that's good, though.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I have to admit, that's pretty good. It's so fascinating how just the smallest shift of something, it becomes more that individual, and you really get that person.
Yeah.
And the slightest shift away from that, it just suddenly just looks like a stranger. Yeah, the squinty eyes are going to be really hard to get. This is close, but it's not quite there.
I think the mouth, though, and nose and jaw and chin, cheeks and everything look just the best we've done so far.
Yeah. Just the slightest change. He goes better. Yeah. Yeah, this is all pretty good.
That's all really good. The lower half of his face, well, from his eyes on down, it's really good.
The sneer. Right in here, I want to get the sneer, if I can get that.
Yeah.
That's so good. That his right nostrils definitely lifted up.
Yeah.
He's pulling up the cheek right here.
Yeah, see, if you look at that line of his nose under his right nostril, that line under his right nostril comes down to the frenulum.
Yeah.
And the cheek to the frenulum is at a 45-degree angle, right down into the,
Yeah. Yeah, this has to shift a little bit to the left. Our left. Right here.
You're awful close, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think you got the lower half of his face there. You got it right on. The mouth is right on where it should be.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, that's just fine. And the neck creases and the chin, all that's perfect. The jowls, yeah, that's just perfect. Yeah. Proportions, everything there right. The only thing that isn't quite right, I think, is the glasses.
Yeah.
If the glasses were gone, I think, and you had to paint the whole thing again, I'm thinking those glasses ought to go in last.
Well, that's kind of scary, though, in a painting, because you can mess it up.
I know. No, I don't mean in the painting.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, to get this sketch right,
yeah,
you wonder if you shouldn't put the hat in with it.
Right. We should draw this starting with his jaw.
Yeah, you got that in just right. Then the next thing might be to put the hat in, and maybe I'd almost be inclined to remove the glasses, put that across. The lower border of that hat, comes from almost a horizontal line. The opening of his cap that's sitting on his head. Is almost a rectangle. It's.
I'm trying to figure out what you mean by that. I'm looking at it.
Shadow. The shadow under his cap that goes across his face.
It's above his. You're talking about the actual line of his cap or the shadow down here under his eyes?
No, I'm talking about the shadow under the cap.
Right.
I'm trying to get the cap on there right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That cap comes across there. The lower fold of that cap.
Yeah.
Underneath there, the shadow. It's almost a straight line. It's not, but it's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy, this is so interesting how it looks so much like him. Yeah. I think this is... I think that's as far as I want to go with this today. I'm going to let this digest in my brain here for a while.
Yeah, save that. This is the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the face is great. It's those glasses, the hard part of it.
Yeah.
You almost wonder if you shouldn't sketch it all in with the hat and the face, and the chin and the mouth and jowls and everything, and just leave the glasses off.
Yeah.
Till the very end.
I think that's what we're going to do next time. We'll do this tomorrow.
And then put the glasses in last, after you've got the hat in. Because I think you tend to, if the glasses are off the least little bit, it screws up the hat when you put the hat in after the glasses.
I got you. Yeah. Because as a scene, the hat is the more dominant thing. The hat dictates the shape of his skull. The least important thing in dictating Kyle is how these little glasses are set on his face.
Yeah, right.
So in a landscape sense, the hat and his face are the landscape, and the glasses are just a decoration on top of that.
Yeah, really so. That's it.
Yeah, I just keep looking back and forth between these two.
Yeah. Boy, those are great. That's great. How you got that in there? It's just perfect. You just get the hat right. I'd be sort of inclined to maybe lift the glasses out, or at least at least the upper border of them.
Well, let's try it.
And put the hat in.
That's
put
what
the lower border of the hat in.
This is what we're doing here. We're figuring stuff out.
Yeah, lift that up, just that. You can leave the bottom glass. There. That looks better. Now, if we put the hat in, and I'm thinking the lower border of the hat, the shadow under the hat, across his face.
Right, so the hat is what we're using here.
Yeah, I want to get the hat in there right.
Now, the hat...
Don't reference the hat to the glasses.
The hat is the edge of the hat is not a line. It's a curved piece of fabric.
It is.
So I need to draw the actual bottom edge where the hat meets the skin.
Yeah.
And then I can worry about getting the curve of the hat above that.
Yeah.
Right? So
right.
The curve where the hat meets the skin is what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
And it comes from inside here. And there's a curve to it. There's a big long curve across his face here.
Yeah.
But you're saying you're seeing it more of a square line, a straight line?
Well, I see the shadow that way.
Yeah.
I guess.
So I can kind of flatten out this curve.
Yeah.
But it is... So if I use his eye, this eye, if I use the height of that eye as a value, x, how many eyes above? It's like one.
About one.
One and a half.
The hat should come in about where you used to have the glasses. Bottom of the hat. Yeah. Just quickly sketch it. The bottom of the hat across there.
Don't let this other stuff mess with you.
You're sketching the bottom of the shadow of the hat.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's eliminate this.
Yeah.
There. Much better.
Yeah.
I can move it up just a
Yeah.
touch.
Yeah. Well, if we get that hat in there.
Yeah, I know. There's a little indent here of his skull. There's a muscle here or something. The orbit of his eye, right there, and then here. I'm gonna draw it a little higher than I just did, and then it comes down.
Well, yeah, the lower shadow of his hat across his face is a curve, just like you've got it. But the upper surface of the shadow doesn't follow that line.
I got you. It's a longer, rectangular. I see what you're saying.
Put a line straight across where you're at now. Make it go all the way out to the corner of his glasses.
Yeah, out here.
Yeah. So you can paint the hat in. That's better.
Yeah, much better. So the shadow of the hat is wider out here and narrower in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, I got it. So this is wider here, and this is here. And this comes down here, and this is out here. And then it wraps around his glasses and comes down here. And this is almost a straight line out here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's a lot better.
There's a little crease right here of shadow.
Yeah.
There's a little crease out here of shadow that goes way up here.
Yeah.
And then the shadow here is very small, and it gets bigger out here. I'm not doing his glasses, I'm doing the shadow of the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, that's better.
This is all dark down the side of his head.
Yeah, do that. Yeah,
this comes down under his ear. This is kind of like this.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, now you got it there.
This is the angle you were talking about.
Yeah.
And then this is all dark down here.
Yeah.
And this
I
comes.
wouldn't worry about the glasses. Just paint lights and darks.
Yeah.
Yeah, paint your darks and light. There. That's very close.
Much better.
Yeah.
And this up here has a.
Really close now.
This here. This would be the label. Right up in here.
Yeah, that's about right.
This is all dark down here.
Yeah.
I'm just doing this to let my brain
I know, yeah.
digest all this. Now,
This is a much better way to do it, I think. And I put those glasses in at the very end.
yeah. Yeah, they need to be even higher up, I think, a little bit. Maybe a little smaller.
Yeah. Yeah. See, if you look at the lower rim of his glasses across his cheeks, the distance there between his eye and his nostril, where that glass is. See it?
Yeah. Here's interesting. Here's the horizon line.
Yeah.
Here's his glasses are kind of tilted quite a bit, but his eyes are actually almost level with the horizon.
Yeah, that's true. Because the edge of the cap is coming down a lot further down over his left eye than it does over his right.
Exactly. The cap is closer right here than it is over here.
Yeah.
This eye.
The lower shadow of it is, isn't it?
This eye is a little rounder out here.
Yes. Yeah.
He's looking a little bit like John Goodman, the actor.
Yeah, see his eyes actually, or the opening of his eyes on his face there, the inside of his eyelids, where his eyelids come together where the tear ducts are,
Yeah.
is a lot higher than the other corner of his eye.
What's interesting here is it looks almost like I need to take his eyes and go like this. I need to level them out more, I think.
Yeah.
In relation to the horizon in the background.
Yeah, that's why I keep referencing everything to the horizon.
Yeah, me too.
In the background.
Yeah. So this eye should actually be a little lower here.
I think so.
And a little longer.
You're awful close, though.
Yeah. This eye needs to be a little longer out here.
Yeah.
It's bigger because it's closer to us. I know it's just not even a full inch closer. It's a fraction of an inch closer to us, but it looks bigger in proportion to that.
Yeah. I think you're pretty close there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you can get any closer.
No, not for where I'm at in my abilities. Again, his face needs to be elongated this way.
Yeah, maybe just a little.
Look at that, see?
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to do what I just did in the last 20 minutes and stretch it this way a little bit. We'll do this again. We'll do this again tomorrow. This is probably one of the best faces I've ever done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right. I think that's going to be it for now.
Okay, Ward. That was fun.
Let me show you this up close. Let me flip this around. And of course, online, through this whole pandemic, I've been in a chat group, which is a group of friends chatting. And, I didn't tell you the end of my COVID situation. So, one of the guys, a friend of Kyle's who's in our chat group, an old friend of his, gave me a lead about getting the vaccine. And it's a pharmacist that he grew up with. And she's over here in Woodinville. So he said, send her a text and tell her that DJ sent you. And so I texted her, and I'm waiting to hear back from her. And apparently there's a pharmacy over in Woodinville that might be able to work me in.
Yeah, that's a thought.
So let's see here. I'm checking my messages.
Yeah, I can see you're really right about that eye needing to go up. It's just about right under the top of the glasses there.
Yeah, it's in my... If I just keep looking at the photograph, it looks like it's almost level with the horizon.
Yeah.
So, and it's... He's a little bit cross-eyed because he's focused on his camera. If you look at his pupils, he's looking at the camera, his selfie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's...
I can't see the pupils too well. But...
Yeah, his focus is very close. He's looking very closely right in front of his eye. He's looking at his phone is what he's looking at. So if I move the eye up...
Look at his upper eyelid. His upper eyelid is just slightly below the glasses upper rim, and just below his hat. There's not much room in there between the edge of the hat, the glasses, and his eye.
So do you see this, how I moved it up?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I moved it up about a quarter inch.
About right, yeah.
And now that's pretty much level.
Yeah.
And then the only other thing I really want to do is get this part of his nose a little wider out here. Like that. See that?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. His hat actually comes down behind his glasses there. You can see his hat through his lens of his left glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, see, that's already, I feel better about it. Just
looks good already.
Couple little changes.
Yeah, that is. That's a lot better.
Here, I can get you down even closer here. There you go.
Yeah.
There. I'm going to go ahead and paint this. I think this is it. We might revisit this. Now he's all excited and he wants to send me more photos. And I said, I'll do one of you every 6 months or something because I want to do other things. I don't want to just paint Kyle all the time.
That's great.
His
You
hat.
gotta finish this, yeah. Well, that lower lip looks great. The face is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the
you
face.
got the topography of the face just right.
This is a little higher up here.
Yeah. Put that in. Yeah. There.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Let me lift out a little bit of this. We're going to paint this so I can paint over stuff, but I just kind of want to get it really close.
Yeah.
Now look, if I do that, yeah. You know what? That's a little small and there's problems with it, but it's a lot closer.
Yeah.
So let me lift out this. I don't know why I painted that in. I was kind of fiddling around. Because we got to paint over this stuff now. See, and that just turns into blue, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If I add water. Which is fine because he's wearing a blue hoodie.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother with it. Paint over it. Yeah.
I like this. I understand why these are the artist's tools, because this works really well. Of the idea of drawing it and then coming in and painting over it.
Boy, that looks nice.
The top of the hat is not quite right, but that's secondary. That doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. It's his facial features that are important.
Yeah. See, and I have him squinting a little bit. His eye is more down. So it's right down here. And then this lid. All right. I got to paint this. So let's do this.
Yeah.
So I'll just paint over this. That's fine. All right. Let's get some sky in there. Should we do the sky first or do his face first?
You could always do the sky later.
See his...
I'd be inclined to put the sky in last.
All right. So I should probably start with his skin.
Yeah.
And now, okay, so since we're just talking about this, it's a learning thing. Should I paint in the light values of his skin with the Wand Brilliant only? Or should I paint the whole disc of his face and then come in and add shadows over that? You're going to let me decide.
You can do that either way. Probably.
You know what's key to the sneer? If you look at his sneer, is he has... Yeah. Just that little thing there lifts up that whole side of his face.
Yeah, it needs to be lifted up quite prominently. Yeah. There, that is better. Yeah. I think when you put that crease back in, down to his lip,
yeah, that's the major. That comes from up in here. Wow, it's such a long line.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Right down around his lower corner of his lip. Yeah.
It really has a curve in here. And over here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's add some paint. Let's see what happens here. So he's kind of a Wand Brilliant with some rose in there.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do a Wand Brilliant kind of wash.
Especially the highlights.
Yeah.
You know, his nose, his upper lip, his left cheek, and his chin, and his lip. You know, get those in. I guess you could put Wand Brilliant all over.
That's what I was thinking, and then add maybe a wash of blue for the shadows.
I suggest that's the best way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I could just paint through his glasses. We'll add his glasses at the end.
Yeah.
Here's his ear.
Yeah.
Now, part of the problem of using the blue pencil is that it's making blue everywhere. Because it bleeds in now to my wand, right?
Yeah, but it's in the shadows.
So I'm going to put this in fairly heavy. It's okay if it's a little bit heavy.
you can blot it out.
Yeah. There. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, real good. Yeah.
I like this. This is fun. So, I mentioned that his buddy DJ, who told me about the pharmacist, he and his other buddy Chris are gonna. They want me to do their portraits too, so you'll see their faces here in the next week or so. This is good. They're giving me faces to paint, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
And I can paint my friends, and they can keep the paintings, and it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
So now let's lift out some highlights. He has some highlight right under his glasses in here, which we kind of have. And then his nose, which is right here. And there's a very stark, shiny sunlight on his nose.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
Reflection.
Yeah.
Over here.
Yeah.
And then over here.
Good.
And I'll kind of lift this out a little better, and then, yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah. And then this whole side of his face is kind of lighter, coming down. And then his lip, obviously.
Yeah.
Let me get a little water here. Let me get a Q-tips.
Do a Q-tip to lift out his lip.
Yep. And his lips actually have some pink in them.
Yeah.
And his whole there's a lot of pink throughout his face.
Yeah.
This is lighter here.
Yeah, it has a ruddy complexion. Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a real character. I think you would get a kick out of Kyle if you ever met him. He's a character. He's really smart. He's kind of a street smart guy. He got a 2-year degree in audio engineering, and then he went to the community college because he wanted to be a sound engineer. Boy, that really took that color out. That's amazing. And like the rest of our conversation, there's not a lot of money in sound engineering. So by day his job is he works at Amazon, and he manages the office furniture at Amazon.
Oh. Yeah.
So he knows where Jeff Bezos' office is and where he works and all that. It's very interesting. He was talking. I might have talked to you about this, but Jeff Bezos doesn't work on a computer. He's the world's richest man, right? He runs Amazon. He works on pieces of paper and pencils. And he likes to have a pencil and just write all his ideas out.
Yeah.
And then he has somebody transcribe them into the computer. When you're rich, you don't have to touch a computer.
He can afford it.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Well, that looks good.
Yeah. So let's get some rose. I got a little rose. I'm going to mix that into my puddle here.
Yeah, if we get that complexion in, then we can put the shadows in.
So, I see some. Let's see here. I want to do the shadows fairly dark.
Yeah. That looks good.
So I'm using this rose to make my shadows. Now
That's
this lip, I'm going to have to put some lighter rose for his sunlit pink parts.
That under his, that shadow under his lip.
Yeah.
Is really bows the lip up.
I see the shadows as almost being kind of a blue, but I don't know. This red might be too red.
Yeah, we got to put some blue in.
Yeah, definitely.
You're right.
And then his nose shadow comes down over his lip, down to the point right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Great.
It actually comes across his lip a little bit.
It does. Yeah. I think more so even.
Yeah. I want to get it in roughly, and then we'll come back and look at it again. Here. And there's a little thin line of sunlight. And then this opens up out here. And then this is bluish over here.
Yeah.
And then there's a little tiny bit of light right up here on his cheek.
Yeah.
And then this is like this.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, once I start putting in shadows, it starts really looking more and more like him.
Yeah.
As we do this.
It is interesting, and the shadows make the object.
Yeah, you can see the third dimension.
Come alive. Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
This eye is entirely in shadow. All the way up.
Yeah. Sure is.
Just the edge of his nose has a line. And then this goes all the way across. There's a little bit of highlight on his lower eyelid. This shadow comes down a little more. Down. I'm going to have to add a little blue to all this.
Oh, that's nice. You got that curve just right.
And then there's
quickly.
Yeah. And then there's a secondary eyeglass shadow. Right there.
Yeah.
Which is really small. This here makes a line across here, like that.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, that's great.
There's Mary.
Yeah. It's amazing you hear that.
It's real quiet, but I hear it. Yeah. Yeah, these phone calls are great. Okay, there's that. Now I need to introduce a lighter pink. We can blue that up in a minute with more blue.
Okay.
But let's get the pink out here.
Yeah.
A little bit lighter.
Yeah, oh yeah, we do need that.
Right. And then here. This lip is pinker.
Yeah.
Let's get the lip a little pinker.
There's some little highlights in it.
Yeah.
Micro.
The white. There's some almost white lines at the top of it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's darker here. This is all pink over here. Let's see here if I can do this. I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to use a blue to do the shadows. And then this has to be a little lighter right there. Here. What's going on under his eye here? This is about the lightest. There we go. This here. This here. This stubble. All right. Now, his nose is quite red. Let's bring this down. I don't want to end up painting his whole face rose, you know. I'm trying to leave some areas of wan. This here.
Just the highlights.
Yeah. Yeah. Right there is about one of the highlights, right there on his mouth. In the inner side right there, and then his nose. Let's bring this up a little bit. Okay, I like this. I like it. I'm going to let that dry for a minute. So let's do his... I'm seeing if I need to lift any of it back. I don't think so. I want to add another pass of some pale cerulean blue to his face.
Yeah, you really need it.
Especially over here. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's almost purple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it looks like it's reflecting the sky there on the side of his face.
So it probably is. So his hat is this olive green, and I have this in our other palette. I have this old...
Yeah.
I have some olive green in here that I want to get.
Okay.
For his hat. And that's right here. Ooh, actually, I could bring a little bit of this... I'll bring a little bit of this sap green into this. Maybe it's more of a sap green. Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's a lighter value.
So I'll just kind of get a wash of his hat in here. That label is kind of a dirty brown label.
Yeah.
Let's see. And the hat comes through the glasses. I'm going to add the glasses later, like you suggested.
Yeah, right.
Let's get a wash of the hat in here.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back and do shadows and stuff on it.
Yeah. That's a wise thing to do, to put the hat in now, because it sure helps to do the face later.
Well, I'm letting the face dry, and we might as well keep painting while we're waiting for it.
Yeah. And I think it gives you good reference to put that in. Yeah. Great. Yeah, I'd have your brush stroke go the way the lines do.
Yeah, the fabric. Yeah.
The fabric, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
And they go all the way up to that label almost. That label is actually, right there. And then these lines come out here. There's this little here.
Yeah. Yeah, great.
And then I'll come in and paint
that's perfect.
Yeah. I'll come in and paint the shadows.
I think you just did.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah. Perfect.
It's a little... It'll dry out lighter, so that's fine.
I think now, take a look at the highlight on the his left side of his cap. Yeah, right there. That where it comes down over his ear. That's quite narrow in the photograph.
Oh, I do have it kind of wide here, don't I? Well, no, because I'm going to have a big black shadow coming down here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
About half of that width is a black shadow.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah, and I'm not going to...
You know...
The focus is his face. The hat is secondary.
Yeah. I think you've pretty well done the hat.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. This is deceiving because we don't have the shadow, but once we get a shadow up here and his eyeglasses...
Yeah, you're right.
That should work out.
Yeah, okay.
Now, what I could do is there's a highlight of sun on the crease of the fabric out here.
Yeah, there is. There's creases in the fabric.
And I want to kind of get that. And that's kind of outside of the shadow. So it's right about... And it's going around the corner of his glasses. So there's a highlight...
Yeah.
Coming right down here. Like that.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's about right.
And then it jumps up it goes around the corner of his glasses, which is
Yeah.
not quite there, and then it curves out.
Yeah, right.
And then there's another one above that up here by that label.
There, you got it.
And then this one, I don't want to overdo the hat. I just want to suggest stuff.
I think you've done it.
Then this one right here, there's a little one right here. There.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
Okay. Now, I have the beach and the sky that we have to think about eventually. This color could be over here on the horizon. His hat color. You see this out here?
Yeah.
There's some object out here. I don't know if it's a
Okay.
building or a hill or whatever.
Good. Sketchy.
Yeah, just like that. That's all I need. And then I'll have to come back and do a little line here for the horizon. Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we have his, I'm still letting his face dry a little more. I don't want anything to run in that face. And actually this cheek over here is this is all looking really good. Yeah, this is looking really good. I'm pretty happy with this. We can do his hoodie.
Yeah.
Now his hoodie is a dark, almost, what color is that? There's two parts to the hoodie. There's the shadow side and there's the sunlit side.
Yeah.
And the hoodie looks like it's a black hoodie, but in the picture it looks, that's not ultramarine. Maybe that's more of a Payne's gray. What do you think?
It is, yeah.
In the sunlit side.
Yeah, I think so.
So I have a puddle here. Let's see what color this is.
You could do that with Payne's gray and then do your put blue in it. Maybe ultramarine blue.
Yeah.
Payne's gray.
Yeah. I'm making a little puddle of that. A little more blue.
Yeah, I put quite a bit of blue in. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good.
A little more blue. Yeah. Yeah. That's the look right there.
Black shadows are dead.
Yeah.
Blue shadows are alive.
Yeah. So this is the darkest part.
Yeah.
And that's fairly light, so I'm going to have to come back and make that darker. This is lighter out here. There. This is got to be darker in there. So let's make this even darker. More ultramarine. Oh, I'm going to add a little bit of burnt umber. Darken that up a little more.
Yeah, you've really learned to use the colors.
Yeah.
You immediately know which one to reach for.
This will dry out lighter. The other thing I've learned is I don't panic about values because I know that I can fix them.
Yeah.
I know I can dry it out and I know that I can add darker.
Yeah.
So I think part of painting a lot is you learn to be calm about your mistakes.
Yeah.
And then you can fix them.
Yeah.
And so it's no reason to panic and make mistakes.
Because as time goes on, you'll make fewer
Yeah.
mistakes.
And you can just fix them, and it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
There. I kind of like this being a little bit lighter out here, but I'm going to bring it down just a little bit more. There's a dark shadow right there. See, now I'm hoping it doesn't bleed out. It might bleed out. There's one here. Let's make this a little darker. Let's make this whole thing a little darker. There.
Yeah.
Okay, now we got the beach and we got the sky. I can do the sky last. So the beach is an interesting color. What color do we think the beach is? That sand, that wet sand is kind of a olive. I don't know what I see in there. I'm trying to figure out the color. Not really olive. It's
If you get something near it, if you get the value right, it'll be okay.
So let's just go ahead and use our raw sienna. Let's see what this looks like on this paper. It's okay if it's a little bit brown. I'm going to add a touch of.
Yeah, it's kind of gray.
I'm going to add either a little blue or a little gray to this. What do we think?
Yeah.
I'll try a little Payne's gray. Yeah.
How's that look on the test paper? Okay.
It looks really good. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
pretty good.
It's a touch green, but I think there is a kind of a green in the sand, at least in this photograph of it. So let's see here. Let's bring this out. And we have a horizon that's lighter. And then darker as it gets closer.
That's very good, Ward. I think that's pretty close, value-wise.
Yeah. Now I'm painting on dry paper here. Entirely dry. But we're almost done with this painting, so I'm not going to fight it. Yeah. What I want to do, I'm going to spritz the back of this. I'm misting the back of the paper.
Yeah.
To kind of even out the moisture in both sides.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good to do.
Okay. Now the sky. The sand is pretty good. I'm going to leave the sand how I have it. I could put a little tire tracks in it.
Yeah, you don't have to do as many as are in the photograph. But just a few.
Just to show that there's cars driving around.
And they kind of diminish as you go toward the horizon. And the tire tracks get closer together as they go into the distance. You know?
Let's see. The tire tracks are actually lighter than the background sand.
Yeah. Let those out.
Yeah. Let's see. Hang on.
You just need a suggestion of them.
Yeah. It's part of the story. They went out there and they drove their car on the beach. You see all those cars in the background.
Yeah.
I'm not going to paint them, but they're part of this beach's allure is that you can drive your car around on it.
There, you're getting it.
Yeah. Just that.
Yeah.
That's all I want. I guess there's a streak over here.
That's all.
That's all. Okay. Now see, it's cockling on me. I guess I could clamp it.
Yeah.
I got some clamps here.
Well, we got that hat really good.
Yeah, I feel good about this.
Yeah, the hat looks good.
All these friends of mine know that I just started painting, so there's no judgment about how good or bad it is. It's just,
yeah, right.
It's fun to do it.
It's just fun to do it.
And I think they're kind of coming along now for the ride, especially if I include them in the subjects of what I'm painting.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Did you ever end up painting portraits of friends?
No, I didn't. That's a good thing to do.
Yeah. It's just a fun thing.
Yeah.
So now I primarily have the sky, and I have his shadows on his face I need to reinforce. And then the eyeglasses and the details, and then we're done.
I'm thinking maybe you might want to turn this whole thing upside down.
Yeah.
To paint the sky.
That's a great idea. That's really a good suggestion.
Then the paint won't run into your portrait, you know.
Yeah. I have no problems if this completely goes south and falls apart. It's not a big deal because I can do it again. But yeah, we want to see how far we can take this.
Yeah, right.
So let me move you up. And what I can do, maybe, I don't need to tilt it that much.
Yeah, you can just put the cerulean blue.
In fact, I'm going to
let it run down.
Yeah.
Be darker at the top where you want it to be darker.
Yeah. So let's move this up. Right there. Let's get these clamps on here.
Yeah.
I kind of want to...
That's another way to look at the face.
Yeah.
Look upside down.
Yeah.
And things will jump out that weren't apparent to you before. Well, I like the hat, though. Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, I got a phone call here. Let me ask. It's Kyle. Hi, Kyle. Not yet, did you? Oh, let me check my text. Let me call you back. Bye. Oh, Kyle got an appointment with the pharmacist.
Oh, really?
Now, Paulette said, my next available time is Monday. Yes. I just got an appointment.
That's great.
April 26th.
Okay.
Great. Let's see what. Hang on a sec. I want to see what she says. Okay, she's sending me some information, so hang on just a second.
Okay.
Let me flip you around here. Hang on. She says, welcome. Belgrove Pharmacy, Woodinville. Look for the orange traffic cone. Park by the cone. Send me a text. I will come out to you. They do it out in your car.
That's great.
Bring your insurance card. Thank you.
Beautiful.
There we go. I'm set. Thank you.
Great.
I'll see you on, let's see, Monday, April 26th at 1 p.m. Okay.
That's great.
Let me tell these guys, and then we can all rest about this. Monday, 26th, April 26th, 1 p.m. Perfect. So Kyle got his appointment. See, he's texting me right here. So his appointment is on Monday the 26th too. He might be out there when I'm out there. This is how people communicate primarily nowadays. Telephone calls, people don't really do telephone calls.
No, that's right.
I kind of like texting because if you're too busy, you don't have to talk. And then also, when somebody asks you a question, you have time to think about your reply.
Yeah.
in a phone call like we're doing, it's spontaneous. And with art, you kind of have to have that. But
Yeah.
I really do like the modern ways of communicating. Kyle's at 1:15 and I'm at 1. So we're going to see each other in the parking lot.
How about that?
Yeah. See, he says mine's at 1:15. That's so funny. Great. This will make Vicky happy too. She was worried it's going to take me too long to get it. Okay. I'm going to send him a picture of what we're painting. One second, and then we'll get back to it. Here. Leave me alone now. I'm painting you. I'm painting your mug. There we go. Oh, one more thing. I got to say thank you to the guy who gave me the lead on this vaccine. Let's see. CJ. Thanks for the lead. There. Okay. That's good. This needed to dry a little bit, so there we go. And you know, as this has been drying, the blue pencil I used to draw it initially is blended in with the rose.
Yeah.
And it's doing this really nice effect.
It is.
That's actually helping our painting get painted.
Yeah, it looks great. Yeah. Yeah. You can see the highlights, a little bit of shadow on the face. It looks really good.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this sky. So now the sky is a light horizon and then darker at the top.
Right.
And it's almost pure cerulean blue, but I do see some... It's strange. I see some rose in that sky. Do you look at that sky in your color photograph?
Okay, yeah.
Over here, to the right of his face, I see, I don't know, it's not a pure blue, it's kind of a reddish blue, don't you think?
Paint what you see.
Yeah, well, I'm going to do the cerulean because it's 99% that color. Okay. And then I might throw a little turquoise on the horizon.
Yeah.
Because I always like to do that.
Yeah.
So let's see here, let's get some... And I want that blue to be fairly vivid at the top.
Well, I think gravity's going to do that for you.
Let's find out.
So when you get the sky the way you want it, you can hit it with a hairdryer.
Yeah.
Keep it there.
And I want it just to be that pure, almost flawless blue if I can get it. It's okay if it has some character. How can I get close to his head without painting his hat? Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna... No guts, no glory. There we go. Painting is a full contact sport.
Yeah, it is.
I have this one little bit of brush sticking off. That's okay. Got this clamp here. I gotta move this. There. That's fine. That's fine. I've noticed too that these guys who do the YouTube stuff, it's doing exactly what I want it to do. They'll lay in a sky and or whatever, and they just don't mess with it.
Yeah.
They just let it run and do what it does.
Yeah, right.
And that's what watercolor is.
The skies paint themselves.
So I'll just get that corner. Okay, hair dryer. Let's dry this out a little bit. wonder if I should do one more dark blue in there, or if it's even necessary. I don't think so, is it? What I can do...
on how long you leave it there.
Yeah.
But already it's down there. Yeah.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
I kind of want to suggest that horizon haze a little bit. I'm probably thinking too much about all this. There we go.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Ooh, that's good.
Yeah. Let me get that back. Come on. It's interesting how sometimes it just works and sometimes it just doesn't. There. Now let's bring this up.
Yeah, that's looking good.
That's what I want.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. All right. Let's try this a little more at the top. All right, that's the major stuff. Now we can do his face. So I'm going to flatten this out again. There. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's going to be fine.
It's so amazing that I got this appointment. I had to resort to friends with connections in black market. I bet a lot of people are scrambling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really feel bad for older folks. And I'm joining that group of being the older folks because the technology and the systems and all this new way of communicating and everything would be so confusing.
Yes, it is.
I understand your battle with the emails and stuff because I'm doing the same thing. I've been around it for a long time and it still bothers me. When you can't connect and when things don't work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I totally understand how it can be difficult. There we go. Right there. This is looking really good.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a picture of this right now. With your phone, I think you can see what I'm doing. You look at the image, and then on an iPhone, you touch the screen, and you hold it, and you can focus it. There. That's good. Boy, this is so much fun. I like painting all the other stuff we've been doing, but when something is starting to come together like this is so much fun.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah. Okay, now I can I think the background's done.
Yeah. Forget about that now.
Yeah.
And concentrate on the face.
So
you got the hat in really good.
Yeah.
Except for shadows.
Exactly. And the glasses will go on last because they're in front of everything.
Yeah.
So now I need to probably figure out his eyes. Probably his eyes. I'm going to paint from back to front. So his eyes are now the farthest thing away from us.
Okay.
In the layers of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So if I can get his eyes correct, then I can come in and do the shadow of the hat.
Okay.
And then I can do the light work on the shadows of his face. And then I can put the glasses in. And that tag has a little brownish color in there.
Yeah.
Let's get that tag in there before I forget.
It's not important, really.
No. I'm going to use a raw umber.
Umber?
Exactly. And I'll put a little bit of burnt umber in there too.
Maybe a slight highlight.
Yeah, exactly. So see, I'll just paint this in. It's such a minor detail, but it's just one of those little things. And I made it square, and it's actually more rectangular in the photo.
It doesn't matter.
No.
And it has a shadow.
So I painted it, and the paint is pooling to the right. And look at that. It just makes the tag.
Yeah.
I'm done with the tag.
Well, you got a little shadow on the tag. Of course, you put that in.
Put in over here, yeah. On the left,
but,
yeah.
But maybe you'll want to wait and do that when you do the shadow under the hat.
Yeah. I'm not going to worry about the striations of color on the hat.
No.
Yeah.
You've done those.
Yeah, this is done. Yeah. The top of his hat is actually lighter in the photo.
That's okay.
I could take a brush and try to lift that out a little.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, I think I will. That is going to bother me. Watch this.
Okay.
We can do this stuff now. We're still letting his face dry out a little more.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. I don't want anything running on the face. Look at this. This is much better. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good. See this guy he's painted?
Yeah, that's great.
This is Kyle, my buddy.
I like the little buttons on his hat.
He and Kyle both got shots together. They're going to get them within a few minutes of each other.
15 minutes of each other.
Yeah.
Here you go.
And it's in a parking lot, so we don't have to get out of our car.
So you did get that.
Yeah, and
they just did it while you were out for your walk.
Oh, I'm so happy for it.
yeah, I got it through a friend who knew a pharmacist, and she's in another town. I have to drive for about half an hour to get there.
My sister-in-law drove 80 miles to get hers.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting, this whole experience of the pandemic is a very interesting experience.
It is, but I have a question and it hasn't been satisfactorily answered because they really don't know, I don't think, and they're still, this is new, they're still learning, but once you're vaccinated,
yeah,
can you still, if you come in contact with another person?
All right. Now, let's do what we were talking about. Let's do his eyes. We got to do his eyes. And if we're really going to be, I'm not going to worry about it too much, but a phenomenal watercolorist would put a slight film on his eyeglasses glass. The reflection on his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to worry about that. So I'm going to get some really dark. I got my ultramarine blue and my burnt umber puddle here for his eyes. Because they're quite dark. I'm going to use a rigger because it's very small. Where's my test paper?
Yeah, because you've got, I'd certainly use a rigger because you've got his upper lids and the lines under his eyes.
I'm making space here. There we go. I'm getting my rigger warmed up here. Get the rigger going. Okay, let's see. Now, this eye is pretty close. I'm just going to paint it black. I'm not going to try to get too much detail in here. Ooh, that's good. That's a good start. This one has a little peak over here. Let's see. I'm kind of creeping up on him. I'm making him smaller than I think, and then I can expand on him. This one's good.
It's horizontal, but in the photograph, that opening isn't. It's
yeah, it comes down.
comes down.
This is good. This is the kind of detail I need to pay attention to. So look,
Yeah.
we can get this. We'll get it.
Yeah.
I can get this. Okay.
Better.
It's still even steeper than that. But see, I can put his pupil out here. Oh, this is good. This looks like him.
Yeah. That's good.
I'll get it.
Yeah, you're close.
No, I'll get it. I see it in there. I can see where I want to have his eye. This one, the inside dips down. Now, this out here comes down. It's a big, long slope down.
Yeah. That's good.
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
So let's see if I can get this one a little better. This one here, this is all going to be tighter in here. Gives him that sad expression. There's a little thing here. There. Ooh. That really looks like him. This is good. This might not be like the photograph, but if you know Kyle, this looks like his eyes. This is pretty good. I think he's going to be very happy with how this looks. Now, this one here, he's not... I have him looking up this way because of the way I painted his eyes, but I can do this. And this will bring his eye gaze down. There.
Yeah, that's great.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I know it's not quite like the photo. He's looking down and I have him looking up. So I wonder if I put a bottom eyelid here. And tell me stuff if you see things, because you always have a better view on what's going on. There's no ego here. I don't care if I'm getting off in the wrong direction.
Yeah, you're doing fine. No, that kind of swings. That lower lid, the lower lid swings up.
It does, doesn't it?
And you've got it swinging down.
Yep. I'll get it. You got to remember, we're going to put glasses on him, and we can make that the whole area is going to be a little darker.
Yeah.
So it doesn't need to be 100% accurate.
Yeah, that's the way you got to pull that lower palpebral opening up a little bit there.
Now this eye needs to be a little bigger.
Yeah, that's good.
I've overpainted that line in there. Let me get this out.
See that? Yeah, that lower lid, it comes down right away.
Yeah, right here.
Tear duct.
Yep.
It comes down and then swings across. See, you've got a, yeah. You need more underneath there. Then it goes up.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a little highlight there. I can lift this out. Let's get a Q-tip here. It's longer too. It does go down at the very end over here. And I have a peak on his eye that shouldn't be there.
Yeah. That I was just thinking of that as you mentioned it. Yeah, you can get that out. Yeah. Oh, that's better.
Yeah. Yeah, I can just blend this stuff up. Now, there's quite a highlight above his left.
Yeah.
Our left.
Yeah.
There's quite a highlight of light, reflected light in there.
Yeah.
Add this. This comes down a little here. I'm not going to... I want to keep moving here, so I'm going to call these good and just keep going. I think they're close enough for my skill set right now. I'm going to add this line in here. That's pretty good. Let's keep moving.
Okay.
This here, it's kind of a dark. Let's darken up his nostril a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll do it smaller than I think, and then we can make it bigger. There's a lot of nuance on the nostril because there's all this skin and it's reflected and it's light coming through it. This side of his nose, I don't need to paint that. Now his mouth, his lower lip.
Yeah, you took away some of the right corner
Pink.
of his mouth, and we lost his lip.
Yeah.
You've got the lip going down, but the lip is going up on the right. The right corner of his mouth. His right corner.
His right corner.
His right corner. The lip, the highlight of the lip there.
Yeah.
Is very narrow in the photograph.
Yeah.
And it's wide in the painting.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that. So I can use a little bit of his lower lip here to create my upper lip.
Yeah.
So I should put my dividing line a little bit down into this right here.
Yeah.
I think I got it. This is... I'm just looking at it. What I want to do is put here. Gotta bring it down lower, right there. Let's get this.
Yeah, it really drops down fast.
Yeah. And on this side, he's kind of have a puckered mouth. And then it comes down. There's a little hitch here. And then it drops down pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's pretty close.
Yeah. I know I'm not going to get it perfect, so I just got to...
Well, I think when we get the shadow under his lip, it'll look better.
This here is pretty close, right here. And that line is there, but I don't want to make it too strong.
That's right.
Now here, this line comes down much steeper than I have it.
Yeah, it does.
So let's see if I can get this. This needs to come more like this.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Now I'm just looking for where I need harsh lines. I can paint the shadows up here now. I'm going to leave, those are kind of guides for my brain. There's a little sneer mark that's dark right in here. Right there.
Yeah.
No, this is great. I'm feeling really good about this. Now, let's see if we can do the shadows up under his hat. So I'm going to keep using my same dark and my rigger.
Okay.
And see if we can get that shadow under his hat. So that is wrapping around his head. Right in here it's very dark. I'm just looking at the photo a lot. This is all dark all the way out to the edge here.
Yeah.
And then it's almost a straight dark line down here.
Yeah.
This is great. This is really great. Now here, I'm going to use this as my foundation for this corner. Right there. And this wraps around his ear. Because it's halfway in the shadow. Now this line comes out on his edge of his face. This is shadow. And it's kind of half the width of the hat. All the way up to about here. I have his hat a little big, but that's okay. Let's bring this down a little more right here. There's a highlight. Now, his glasses are squaring this out here, and that's at the same level as his eye. So the shadow is kind of right up to about here. Now, the shadow is all along under here. And I could just paint it, but I also got to keep looking at it to make sure I'm getting it. The more I add paint to this, the more it looks like what I want. So let's see here. This leading edge is dark. It doesn't have a highlight right here. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
And then I can bring the shadow down into his face as we need it.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of this edge here. And it wraps around. I'm doing the hat shadow first.
Yeah.
I kind of want to try to look at it and see if I can convey the roundness. It doesn't. I don't need to worry about that. Okay. And this is fairly square out here.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so it comes up like this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty square across it.
See, and lifting it back gives it that rounded kind of effect. There. Now, a little more ultramarine blue. This is darker all over here.
Yeah.
So if I bring this down.
Yeah, that's good. Ooh, that's good.
And touch it just a little bit.
Yeah, that's good.
There.
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, very good.
Now I guess we could do a blue pass if we're going to do the shadows a little better.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to use a round and get some like cerulean blue. Very light wash if I can do this. And kind of get the shadows on his face better. That's the approach I'm thinking. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm going to get a very watery cerulean. See if I can make a shadow. I don't want to wipe away the Wand Brilliant. I just want to augment it.
Yeah.
More water. What happens here? Let's see. Some blue on his face.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, that's close.
I'm looking at it.
Yeah, that's go with that for shadows. That's great. Yeah, beautiful. Now, this is really important under his lip.
What do you think?
Yeah, you got to get that up. Yeah, that's good.
There's a little more of a bow in here.
Yeah, quite a bit of bowing there. Yeah.
Now this side I need to get this angle right.
Yeah, that's pretty sharp, the highlight there. that's nice. That's nice. I really like these shadows because they're letting the skin come through.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. Boy, these are great shadows for face.
I was watching them paint shadows, and the guys I've been watching, they use a completely different color than you would think to emphasize the sky, you know.
That's great.
So all this up here is shadow.
Yeah. Keep painting those shadows.
Now his cheek is highlighted. So I want to try to keep the highlights I got.
Ooh, that's nice.
Boy, that really looks three-dimensional, doesn't it?
Yeah. See, the shadows really pull it all together. Yeah.
Now there's a line coming down through here. And this is slanting down.
Yeah.
And this has this thinner, kind of a straight line. This here is just this little bit kicks out. Inside his eye here is darker. There's no real big highlight, there's a little thing. I really like this.
I've been inclined to paint out those whites around his eyes. What do you think?
Paint them out. You want it dark? Yeah. Well, there is.
I don't see any in them. There.
Let's darken this up above him.
That helps.
I'm going to darken up these little areas above his eyes.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. I'd be sort of inclined to go all the way under his cap.
Yeah, it's a bit darker than everything else because that's where his shadow is.
Yeah, there.
And tighten this up over here.
Yeah. Great. Ooh, that's perfect.
Now I can bring that down too.
Yeah, a little bit.
There.
And under his nose.
Yeah, under his nose is quite dark, relatively to the other shadows.
Ooh, that really helped. Boy, that pulled it right together. Yeah.
There's kind of a dark triangle here.
Yeah, there is.
Very dark under the lip. Very, very dark right there.
Yeah.
Boy, he really does have a pout going on. Now, a little bit darker here.
Yeah.
A little bit darker right there. Another thing here. Okay. This is really good. I gotta learn when to not keep painting. So right here on the inside of his nose, a little darker. This is fun. I have a little puddle here. And I can adjust the darkness of the puddle. And I'm going to put glasses there, and that's going to tighten all that up.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of dark in here, but it's the lightest sun is right in there.
Yeah.
Right there, there's the lightest sun. So I kind of want to keep that light. This side of his face has a reflection.
When you darken the shadow under his left eye, above the highlight, that'll bring that highlight right out.
Say that again. Where?
On his left eye. When you darken under there and across his cheek later.
Well, let's do it now.
Okay.
Look.
That'll bring that right out. Yeah. Ooh, that's good.
Wow, that's spooky. It's kind of spooky when you do this and you look at it. It really is interesting how it just suddenly looks like a person.
Yeah.
That's wild stuff. This is straight. I'm afraid I'm losing my little pink highlight right there. Let's see if I can brighten this up a little bit. And then try to lift out some of this shadow blue. Yeah. Better.
Yeah, that's good.
Boy, this is neat. My horizon's a little tilted, but I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm just kind of standing back and looking at this. So while I'm taking a mental break from his eyes, I'm going to paint in the shadow of that tag. So I'm just going to put it's a little triangle right here.
I've forgotten about that. Yeah. It's amazing how that little detail really makes it all come alive.
It's weird. We did that tree on the edge of a road for Dick. That he sent me that picture of that tree. He said it was one of the best dark shadow things we've done. And just the slightest changes of the shadows really can really make something look so real.
Yeah.
And then he said it looks so three-dimensional to him. There's a little darkness over here.
It was. Yeah. And then I'll tell you another one. There's a real dark shadow on the left, on his right side, above his right glass, on the hat. There's a dark shadow beyond that light. Just a very short dark.
Up here?
Yeah, very short dark.
Yeah, I see it. It's right on the upside of this.
Yeah. There. See how that counterbalances the dark in the label on the hat?
Yeah. So watch this. I'm going to add a little water.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah. I want that in there, but I want it a little softer. There. Now here, no, that's white. Okay. Just the lightest touch. There. That's what I want, right there.
Yeah.
Now, I messed around with this. I got to darken this back up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of come down over a shadow.
There.
Yeah. That's better.
I want that gradient in there, but it's fairly quick. So maybe if I just do this to suggest the ribbing of the hat.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Make them irregular.
Yeah.
Some of them stick further up into the hat than others.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks real good.
Oh man, that is spooky. There's a few things that get lost, like the edge of his face here with the background plain and stuff, but I kind of want to leave that.
Yeah.
I kind of like the
the
effect of what it's doing.
Yeah. Yeah, those are decisions you can make at the end.
Yeah. I'm going to bring down a little shadow right here.
Yeah, there is one there.
Just ever so slightly.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah. So, in the interest of not rushing this, I think we're going to call this a day for this.
Okay.
And then we'll come back and pick it up again tomorrow.
I really like the complexion on its face.
Boy, I'll tell you. That's what skin is, right? Skin is layers of opacity.
Yeah.
Translucent opacity and light passing through skin. And skin is purple and brown and,
Yeah.
Look at all the modeling. Look at all the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, veins are showing through. No, that's beautiful.
Now, when I look up at the photograph and I look back at this, I really see that his skin has a much more blood in it.
Yeah.
So it needs to be pinker, I think.
the shadow under his lower lip is.
There you go.
Yeah, rose would be the one to use.
So let me make some diluted rose here. The rose has kind of a blue tint to it, which works for skin.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and you'll notice that the rose is the brightest when it's right next to highlights. Like on his nose.
Yeah.
And the folds in his cheek.
So let's see here. I don't know if I should approach his lips first or get the washes of his face first. Let's see here. Let's add some color and see what happens. I'm trying not to cause damage here. And bring this down to there.
That's looking good.
Like that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just about the right value.
This needs to be a little lighter up here. I want to leave that whiter up there.
You can lift a little off if you need to.
Yeah.
There.
See, he's red. He's out in the sun.
Yeah.
There. That looks good. That looks real good.
Yeah.
His nose.
You can lift out a highlight later.
Yeah. I'll let that sit on his nose for a minute, and then I'll lift that out.
Yeah. Good idea.
And then his chin down here. There's some yellow in there, but I have too much in my painting.
Yeah. You can lift a little out.
There. And I like it being a little bit ruddy. Then we gotta get his lips. This is looking so much better already.
Yeah.
This is blue. This is bright red. He's out in the sun. I gotta clean up that edge out there on the left.
Yeah, you can do that later.
Okay.
Or something.
Now let's bring in some more bold rose, and it might not be a pure rose. It might be kind of a Wan Brilliant on his lips. I'm looking at his lips now. I'm trying to figure out that color. And actually,
I think you got it really, except the lower lip.
Yeah, that's almost white though.
Yeah, I did.
But I see more color in there. Look, let's just add a little color, and I can lift it back.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Now watch. That's better. The upper lip isn't even defined in our painting, really at all. The upper lip is quite dark. And I see this right here like this. Now his upper lip's width is a lot less than the lower lip. His upper lip is about half the size of half the width of his lower lip. I got to somehow figure how to get that upper lip in there.
Well,
what do you think?
I'm looking at the shadow under the lower lip.
Yeah.
And I see the shadow in the painting goes across and then goes down. Whereas in the photograph, it's a curve upward. Look at the shadow under the lip.
Oh, yeah.
Photograph, and then look at it on the painting.
Right. His lower lip isn't a straight line. There is a
it's not. It's
bump in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can get that.
Yeah, I think you ought to.
Yeah.
I think the lip, the right side, his right side
Yeah.
of his mouth
Yeah.
should go maybe a trifle higher toward his nose.
Yes.
And the nose maybe come down a little.
Yeah. Let's get this shadow under here.
I think that right side of his mouth needs to go higher on his face.
Yeah, and I guess I can push it up by painting the shadow up under it.
Yeah.
A little more.
Yeah. It's a little better. Yeah, that's better.
Now, his left side of his mouth is wider in the photo of the sun. And then this shadow coming down across his chin.
Oh, I like that shadow.
Should come down more, I think.
Yeah.
And it's almost a straight line. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm kind of just blending these in.
That's nice. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm worried that I'm gonna keep painting it down darker and darker, but
Well, it needs to go darker and darker.
yeah, this here can be done.
Yeah.
This side I want to keep as light as possible, and then up here, I guess I should figure out how to paint his. This shadow can come down darker here, on his left. Here. Like that.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
That's good.
This comes in behind his nose.
Yeah.
And then his nose has a shadow coming around it. Like this.
Yeah. That's good.
This here has to be more of a bold line. There.
Yeah. Yeah.
Out here, this has a lot of reflected light. I want to try to keep that. This here can have a little more. This here is a lot darker up in here. Let's darken this up.
Oh, it's looking really good, though. These are little things, but boy, they make a difference.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh no, this is so much fun painting skin. So what's going to happen, I imagine, is his buddies and the friends we hang out with online, I'm going to end up probably painting all of them. Which is fine. I need subjects, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're willing to let me try. Now, this shape here, this is almost a straight line. There.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
It's exaggerated a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, yeah, there's all this energy under his pouty lip.
Yeah.
Now that's good. This is pretty good.
Little fine folds you'll probably put in with a rigger.
Yeah. Out here, this is very dark right here. He has a little line. Okay.
That's much better. Much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to darken up. There's a little part of his right nostril that's dark right here. And we have some blue pencil mark in there, so let me see if I can get what I want here. There. Okay. Oh, yeah. The shadow in front of his earlobe here is wrong. Right in front of his earlobe. It looks like he has some hair there or something. And in the image, in the photograph, this is not here. So let me lift this out. If I can get this. There. Much better.
That's better, yeah. Yeah.
There's a little bit of dark that comes around behind his ear there. Right there. Okay, so this is good. The hoodie is what it is. I can bring this around a little better. Look at that.
Yeah.
Give it a little highlight.
That's nice. Yeah.
I see that string. That's easy enough. Let's try this. Let's put a little string. I have to paint up the top of it, but it comes down like right here.
Yeah, that's great. I think you're pretty much done on his
Yeah.
clothing.
Yeah. It's a minor detail. The thing about doing this as painting and learning this is now I can look at something like an Andrew Wyeth and I can kind of understand the process of how they got those paintings done. I'm starting to see a lot of ability to do stuff like that in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a little bit of lighter here. This is lighter. Reflected light.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, there's just these little things.
Yeah.
This is a little bit dark up here, so let's lighten this up. And you can kind of just fiddle with it and fine tune it like that.
Yeah.
Let's clean up this edge. Let's see if I can get this cleaned up. His right earlobe might be poking out there.
Yeah, I see it.
Just tiny.
Yeah.
See, look at this. This is amazing. You can... now I'm starting to really understand how good painters can do such fine detail. Because once you get your project going, you can just keep working and working and working and getting it how you want.
Yeah.
This is too dark. I might need to put a little pink down here in his ear. See, that's better.
That's good. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. Look at the line of his right side of his face. His right side. Yeah. Look at the cheek there.
Yeah.
That line comes straight down from his cap to his hoodie.
Yeah.
The face, but in the photograph,
It indents.
his face bulges out there a little bit.
Yeah. So I was thinking I should bring this side right here in a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I think this outer edge down here is where it's supposed to be. It's just this. This.
If you look at his hat, where his hat comes down,
Yeah.
and hits the back, hits the horizon line.
Yeah.
There's a curve. It comes down and curves in.
It does.
And then
Yeah.
his cheek is bulging there a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, you could almost bring that in and show that earlobe a little bit.
Yeah. So I gotta bring that in a little more, and leave that cheek sticking out a little bit.
Yeah.
That lower part of his face.
Yeah, that looks good. That's better.
Yeah. So I gotta be careful though, because if I get stuff too wet, it starts to fall apart. So let's see here. Let's let that sit for a minute, and then I can finish up the detail right there. We'll get that curve in there. Yeah, it's so subtle, these little things.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, right there, there's a little thing here, and then his neck is kind of a straight line. That's pretty close. I almost don't want to mess with that.
Yeah.
This is good. This edge of his face in the photograph is much more clearly defined right there. And that might be a combination.
Yeah, I think you could do that with the background.
Right. And that's what I was wondering, if I should lower the value of the middle part of the background.
I think you should, yeah. But you could do that last.
Okay.
Yeah, the background value is a little light.
Now look at the shadow on his cheek behind his right nostril.
Yeah.
That needs to be darker in there.
It does.
To allow the nostril to be seen.
Yeah.
And that shadow comes down and then over.
Yeah.
And are my shadows getting too blue? They might be getting a little too blue.
It may be so.
I gotta be careful of that. So let's see. I'm gonna bring down a darker value of a red.
Yeah, I'm thinking a little more red in the shadow.
I kind of want to try an alizarin. The alizarin in the tray looks closer to what the photograph looks like.
Especially if you dilute it.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, how do I keep that? Let's see.
Oh, that looks good, though.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the shadows on the photo here.
Yeah.
Because...
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think, that's good. It's taking some of the blue out of it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta step back and look at it, too. Let's see here. See here, the water has kind of gotten away from us over here.
Ooh, that's real good, Ward.
This is bluer up here, so I kind of want to leave that bluer. Bring a little more red over here. Now this right here, the sunlit part of his face right there. But see, the shadow doesn't come down that far.
Yeah. But that still looks good. That's painterly. It looks good.
You're right. Painterly. So here I got to blend this a little bit.
Yeah, the shadows under his chin. Looking really good.
Yeah. All right, let's put his glasses. Seeing his nose here, this is kind of it is kind of abrupt in the photograph. The yellow and the red here, and there is a highlight. Let's get that highlight in there. The highlight is right here. See that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of broken up.
I think
this is great. Go ahead.
A little bit under his right nostril shadow, under his nose. Yeah, right there.
Yeah. What do you see?
I see that a little darker.
Okay.
Under the nose.
Yeah. Blue or red?
I think red.
And he also has some...
I'll tell you where you got the shadow really great is at his lower right jowl. Just, right in there. That is very close. And we're a little too blue under his nose.
Yeah. This area here is really interesting in the photograph. And it's really hard to figure it out on the paper here. Yeah, see, that's getting away from me. I don't want to do that.
I see more of a shadow under his right nostril.
Yeah, I need to get darker in there.
Yeah. There's a dark line. The shadow under his right nostril is a dark line up to the cheek.
Yeah. There's a highlight on the outside edge of his nostril. A reflected highlight.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
So I got to look at the structure of his face there. So there's a line, and they intersect in this, right? And his nose has a little bit of a point on it. I don't know. I might need to use the rigger on this one.
Yeah.
It's pretty tiny.
I'm thinking so. And then you could use it to put in some of the wrinkles in his chin.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that does it. That's what it needed. Yeah.
It kind of pushes his nose out.
Yeah.
That's going to dry out lighter, so I'm going to let that be.
Oh, good, because it is on the dark. Although the nostril up inside the nose is dark, so yeah.
And then I guess I need to connect these.
Yeah.
And then this is coming out a little bit more over here.
Yeah, do that.
There.
That's nice.
That's pretty good.
Now, if you get those folds, yeah, those right there on either side.
It comes out here. And then this one. This is pretty bright over here. I kind of want to try to keep that fairly bright. I know I'm exaggerating things. I'm trying to...
When you paint the shadow, that shadow right there, it'll emphasize that.
Bring this down. Bring this down a little here.
Yeah.
And actually, the shadow goes above. This is from his glasses here.
Yeah.
Now let's get his glasses shadows in there. We got to be brave here. So this comes straight out from his nostril and down a little bit. I kind of see a line here that I can just go with. And it comes out straight on top. And then it's a little fatter on the bottom. The interesting thing about his eyeglasses shadow here is there's some really bright pinks and blues right in that shadow.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
And then this is a nice smooth line here. If I can get it. And I have it too fat, but that's okay. And then this comes back up like this.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the shadows now of his glasses. And then we'll paint this down. Okay, now, that looks good right there.
Yeah.
I know this could be a little thinner out here. Right here. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, on this side, that's the shadow, and it bisects this sunlit area.
Yeah.
The same.
That's the shadow of his glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's coming off to the hour left of his nostril, and it's coming down at a fairly steep angle, kind of like this.
Yeah, it really is.
And it kind of flares out a little bigger, and it blends into the shadow of his cheek. So I have this a little dark, but I kind of like it.
Yeah, it is a little dark. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. Thin, and then fat up here. Yeah.
Yeah, those shadows have to be about the same value.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's all part of his face and all the rest of it. This has a line here, like this. There. Now this is his... There's some reflected light. I'll get that. I'll get that in the end here. Yeah. Now, this here... This isn't quite right, but I think it's fine. If I paint the glasses in there, I think it's going to look pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that upper lip. I don't know how to get that upper lip.
Yeah, that's going to be a challenge.
Let's figure out this upper lip. I'm going to make a new color here in my tray, trying to match what I see there. Now his upper lip has a point to it, and it kind of comes out of the shadow, right there. And it's actually a little bit to our left of the bottom of his nose. And I have it too far over here. So watch this. Let's see here. Gotta get this out. There.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to bring that in. It's a dark red. His upper lip in the shadow there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a fairly dark red, and it's quite pointed. See, I'm all too wet here. No, it's bleeding. Okay. Now I gotta be careful. I can do damage here. Let's let that dry for a minute. But I want to get that peak.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some highlights in his upper lip.
See, the upper lip, I'm going to do it on a test paper here to show you what I'm doing. This is this old trees, I don't care. Right here, his upper lip comes up, down steep.
Yeah.
And then a smaller, because of the way he's pursing his mouth.
Yeah.
And then this comes down. I'm going to do this fast just to show you my idea. And then there's a little thing here. I'm exaggerating a few things here. And then this is flat. And then his lower lip is much wider than his upper lip. I'm exaggerating it for a conversation here.
Yeah, because he's pouting.
So the width of his upper lip is narrower than the width of his lower lip.
Yeah.
You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So his overall mouth has kind of this pyramidal shape to it. This is both the upper and lower lip. Kind of like this.
I don't see any straight lines in his mouth.
No, this is just to illustrate what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
His lower lip is wider here than his upper lip. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he's sticking his lip out.
Yeah. And so that's the energy I'm trying to capture here. I'm worried his lower lip is getting too thin. I can lift that shadow back a little bit. Okay, let's try this again. Is that dry? There's a certain wetness, and you know this as a watercolor painter.
Yeah.
You got to hit that certain wetness, and it works. So let's try this one more time. I'm going to put the peak right there. And then this is a straight line. What is this? It's kind of a... I have my black and white image here, but it's not quite as easy to see as the photograph. Oh, actually, look at this. This kind of clarifies some stuff.
Yeah, it might.
Yeah. The shadow, his upper lip parallels the shadow right here. There. And then it comes
that's good.
dramatically down.
Yeah. Really down.
And then the second one is a smaller bump out here like this.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Now this is all quite dark coming down here.
Yeah.
This is sunlit, but I can scrape some stuff in here.
Okay.
Now, I think this is going in the right direction. Yeah, this could even be a little taller right here. Now, I know it looks weird, but just give me a second here. Now, look. Let's see here. What if I...
That's pretty good, boy.
Yeah. I'm trying to not paint lips. I'm trying to paint what I see.
Yeah.
And what I see is this. And there's a shadow under here. And then there's some cleaned out area here.
Yeah.
See, that upper lip is bigger than you think. His right side of his upper lip.
Yeah.
And that's because of the sneer. Okay, so this color is also just below the opening of his mouth. And I have his lower lip a little small here. I need to make it bigger. Right in here. Now, see, his lower lip is pinkish. Right here. I need to make this bigger over here. I have too much shadow.
Ooh, that's better. Yeah. Great.
You see where it's going.
That's very close.
Yeah.
Yeah. That looks really good.
There's so many little shadows and things going on in here. This can be a smoother line. There we go. There we go.
That's better.
This here.
Yeah, that's good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And the black and white photograph I have here kind of really clarifies the shadows.
Yeah.
They're a little smoother in here. I got a little dot there. Get that out. A little smoother right there.
Yeah, that's nice.
All right. This area here, I have it too smooth.
Yeah. Yeah, see, well, you haven't brought the shadows under his chin up yet.
Let's do that. So here,
they come up in a very irregular way.
yeah. There's the underlying muscle.
Yeah.
And I don't want to just make stuff up. I kind of I'm trying to paint how I see it.
Yeah, that's right. Ooh, that's good.
There's all kinds of stuff going on here. Now this has a little bit more here. This here has a lot more in here. This, I gotta keep it all straight. Let's see, this is here. This is here. This is kind of abrupt. This is rounder here. There's all this coming out right out from here. There's all this energy right in here.
Yeah.
And then there's some lines in here. Boy.
You're pretty close.
See, it's weird because I do see angular areas here of skin. It's not just all rounded edges. There's some...
Yeah. Ooh, that's good. Yeah. I think it's a little darker value under his chin in the photograph. But
here?
no, under his chin.
Oh, down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's areas of darker. I see that.
I think you got it under his lip.
I see it fairly large.
Ooh, that's good. Ooh, that's a lot better.
And over here it's fairly dark. And this comes out to a really fine point.
Yeah.
Very dark right here.
Yeah. How's it doing out there, Mary?
All right, let's get his glasses in there. I think, I don't know if I can get his face much better than that. There's a little thing here on his nose I gotta get. And I see it as bluer. There. Alright, now the glasses. This is going to be fun. I wonder if I should do the tops first and then come down. Do the sides here. I'm just thinking it out.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could lightly... Oh, I just got to go for it. Let's see what happens.
The important thing is going to be getting the lower rims exactly over the face.
Yeah, where they need to be.
Yeah. And remember, the whole glasses are tipped slightly
Right.
down.
Here, let me save my video here. Let's take a break for a sec. Okay. Let me look at this.
You know, the point I would establish first would be right where above his left nostril on the glasses, where it curves away. Right in there. I think if you could establish that point, and that point is...
Oh, I didn't get... There's a couple things I haven't gotten yet. I didn't get this inner shadow up here.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't get the shadow that's coming off the rims.
Yeah.
I guess I can put those in after.
Yeah, you sure could. Either way.
Because they're kind of separate things, but... I don't know. Let's put that little thin shadow in there. The one that dances across his upper cheek.
Okay.
And,
yeah, we better do that.
That might help me figure out the placement.
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm going to...
It goes right across that eye line.
Yeah. So the real shadow, the actual line of that shadow comes right down right here. I'm just kind of looking at it hard. There's a little bow here. And then it comes down and then it arches across here like this.
Yeah.
And then down here, I gotta get a little more blue in my puddle here. And then this, so thin. And actually that shadow is very pale compared to the other shadows. Because it's just such a thin line of shadow. And let's see, it dances down and it lands at the top of this corner here.
Yeah.
Boy, that's kind of a...
Oh, good.
Something like that. Let me make it darker.
That looks good. That looks very good.
Gotta darken it up a little.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's the upper rim of his glasses.
Yeah. Boy, I can't get the paint to work here. Let's see. There.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's close enough. Okay. Let's bring this down. And then this one is just this. You can actually see the shape of his lens.
Yeah.
In the shadow.
Yeah.
And then this one comes out. I kind of like the shadows not being razor sharp.
Yeah.
And this up here. Now, this here, inside his nose, right there, is dark off the glasses. And it comes right down and around his nostril, kind of like this. Okay.
Yeah, that defines the nostril better. Ooh, that's good.
Yeah. Okay. Now we got to figure out these glasses, these rims.
The lower glass rim of the glasses, you've got the space there perfect.
Okay, good.
For that.
Right here.
Yeah.
And it's going to come out, and it's sweeping upward out here, and then it goes through, right through the top of this junction of shadow.
Yeah.
And it's kind of this, and it's tilted.
Yeah, it's tilted. Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much like that. Then it comes all the way out to the edge of this. It's a sweep all the way out to here.
Yeah.
And then it jumps up into the corner of his hat like we have painted out.
Yeah.
There. Right
Yeah.
there. And then there's a square edge out here.
Yeah.
Now, it goes above his eye. Well, let's see. Where does it cross his... Well, let's look at the eye. Okay, so it comes from... I'm drawing the outside of the rim. and it goes all the way over to the edge of the hat over here. So something like that.
Yeah.
This blue pencil's great because I can see it and I'll paint over it. Now here, there's a little dip above his nose. This is the outside edge of the frames. Right up by the hat. I have a space here that could be probably a little smaller. Now this, his right eye, his right lens, comes all the way out and outside of his hat.
Yeah.
And we got to keep that angle of the glasses.
And it arches up a little bit.
Yeah. There's an upward arch.
Yeah. That's it. You got it.
It comes all the way out here.
Yeah.
Like that.
It does.
Can you see that?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. Because I can barely see it just standing right here in front of me. Now, over his nose, it is a little bit pyramidal here.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Now this side, where does this is way tilted up, higher than we think.
Yeah.
Because his nose is scrunching up and it's pushing his lenses tilted.
You're pretty close.
Right about there.
Yeah.
I kind of want to make it a little bit higher than I think.
There's a space there between the inside edge of the glass.
Yeah.
And his nostril.
Yeah, there's a little bit of skin catching the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure this out. This is landing. It's a little bit here, right about there. And then it's curving, very gradual curve. And it ends right at the edge of his hat almost.
Yeah.
That's a little small.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
And then out here, that just goes almost up. Bit of a curve.
Yeah, that's almost straight.
Okay. My inside line's a little small. That's okay. I mean, I can make that the inside of the...
Not too bad.
I'll make that the inside of his glasses. And his glasses are very thin.
Yeah, they really are.
And then they get fat right in here.
Yeah.
And then the top edge. Okay, I think I can paint from that.
Okay.
That's a little small out here, so I got to paint that a little bigger.
I think you got that laid out real well.
Yeah.
Very well.
Okay. Now the frame...
That was a critical thing. You know, getting those glasses in right is going to be critical, but I think you've done it.
It's okay if things are a little wacky, because, you know...
Yeah.
We got to look at where I'm at in my painting career here. And also, I kind of want to catch the whimsy of the moment, of the wackiness of his expression. Right. So if it's a little off, it's okay. So I'm just going to paint around what we just drew. I have kind of this purple dark.
Yeah.
Too wide.
I just stick with that. That's very good.
I need to darken it down, but I can always do that. Now I make this a little wider down here.
Yeah.
There.
Good. Oh boy, you got the slant just right. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
This here, I want to do some scrapes if I can get them. Now out here, see his left lens is very sunlit. A lot of sun on that left,
especially up on the corner there.
Frame. Yeah.
Yeah. I would wonder if you couldn't scrape that up.
Yeah, I'm going to. I want to try. So I'm going to get some good paint in there. I'm bringing a little bit of Payne's Gray into my blue puddle to try to get that frame color. And this is here.
Yeah.
Now here.
Yeah, that's good. You got the right value for the glasses.
Yeah. It's a very dark blue. With a little bit of gray in there.
Gee, that's nice. We did it. I didn't think you'd be. I thought that'd be really difficult, and it was. But you got it perfectly. You've done these classes just wonderful.
Yeah, I you know, like any artist, I can do it better. But I'm happy.
Yeah, get that corner right there. That's good.
I'm happy with how it's going, so I'm gonna take my victory and keep going. Now this has. I'm looking at this photograph and I'm looking at this print I have. That's too far out. So this has to come. This comes down a little more. There, that's better. Now up here, can be a little thicker up here.
Very good.
We'll get it.
Yeah.
It's coming. Come on. There's a certain level of wetness you gotta maintain.
Well, I'm really happy with the glasses. They turned out so well.
There. A little heavier. I'm putting them in a little bit heavier than I want to because I want it to dry out right. So let's see here. This comes down. There. That's good.
See, if you look closely, there's a shadow under the glasses on the nose.
Yeah, there is. It's a fleshy color.
Yeah.
Oh, I see some problems with the glasses, but I'm not going to worry too much about it.
Okay.
The shape of this one is a little
no, that's okay.
Boxy, and there's some things.
No.
Yeah.
They look good. Just leave the glasses like you got them.
I'm going to make this a little straighter.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, I think that's right.
There is a little shadow under his nose there, but from the paint. I don't know if you can see it. This is rounder here. That's a little... No, that's not bad. I can lift that back.
You're very close.
Okay, now look, let's get some scrapes on these. Let's get this a little darker, and then let's do a scrape right here.
Okay.
This needs to be a little darker. There.
Yeah.
Okay, this here.
Yeah.
There. Now, I gotta make sure it's the right time to scrape.
Yeah.
Let's try this one over here first. This one here, it goes from the inside all the way out to this whole top. His right lens has a scrape all the way across there. I gotta wait. I can see that there's water on there.
Yeah. You gotta do it at just the right time.
Yeah, let's give it a sec. Okay, I feel pretty good.
Yeah, I'd leave that for a while.
They could be less tall and a little wider, but
no, I think you're pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like it. This is good.
Yeah.
I think I'm almost done.
Yeah, you're very close.
I'm actually really, really happy with this area here. Might be a little weird. I could paint down a little bit of a bluish skin down right there.
Yeah.
See how that hat just ends in space?
I don't know the word.
From a painting viewpoint, you think it looks all right?
Oh yeah, it looks okay from a painting viewpoint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it kind of blends into the background, but I guess I don't need to define everything.
No. The only thing I'm thinking is maybe the wrinkles around his mouth. Yeah.
But I'll tell you, the upper lip looks good now.
Yeah. I'm thinking the ones on his chin and under his lip, there's some rather deep, narrow wrinkles of skin.
Yeah.
that you could define a little more.
Yeah, we can do that. We'll do that with a rigger.
But I think overall, boy, it looks really good.
Yeah. It's not quite right, but it's so close. I feel good about it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that I keep looking at. This nostril, his right nostril, is too yellow.
Yeah, I'm looking at that too.
That could be a little bluer, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there's more shade on that.
I like, if you look at the photograph, his right eye has a backlit reflected light on it. Quite a bit.
Yeah.
And that might be coming from the inside of his glasses, reflecting the sun coming from behind him or something. I don't know. Because his eyes are kind of fairly well lit in the photograph.
Well, you got those glasses in there just right. No kidding. Hey, give yourself a pat on the back on that.
That's a funny.
I didn't think you'd do it, but you did it even better than I could have imagined.
Oh well, I'm glad.
Yeah, turned out great.
Let's see here.
Are we okay on that?
I can get just the slightest scrape there. Ooh, that's good. Ooh, that's good. Oh, that's good. It's not where I want it, but it's great, so I'm going to go with it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's really good. Now let's see if I can get this other one on his left eye.
Yeah.
And it goes all the way around the frame here almost. Come on.
Look at these glasses, Mary.
I know, I'm looking at them.
Wow. Look at how you got those glasses.
I know.
The angle of those glasses on the face.
Yeah.
You can't believe.
The left side's just a little bit
You can't
smaller.
believe how difficult what he's doing is, unless you try to do it yourself.
Oh yeah, it's just, I'm so happy with it, even though it's not, I know it's not right, but it's fine.
Oh yeah, Ward, this is.
I don't know what you mean it's not right. It looks terrific.
Well, he's the artist.
Yeah. That's artists, we're never happy.
That's right. You're never happy with it while you're doing it. It's only a week later when you look at it and think, God, great.
Are your friends going to be so pleased? Has he seen it yet?
Yeah, I've been sending him updates. He's very excited about it.
That's nice.
I think I'm done. Let's look at the overall, and we can do the wrinkles down here. But I'm not going to mess with his glasses anymore. I think that's as close as I'm going to get on this try. So let's address the tiny little things we were just talking about. The nostril. Should I darken that up a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to darken it up with a bluish red. Right in here. I got to look at it. Right in here. This is darker. It's kind of fighting me because of, oh, that's pretty good, though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that. Okay. Blend this down. This will all dry out lighter. Okay. Yeah, no, that's good. That's red in the photo. Okay.
Yeah.
This here. Okay, let's get these wrinkles down here.
Yeah.
Boy, it gets real dark right up under his lower lip.
Yeah, it does.
And I see that. I actually am seeing that as kind of a burnt sienna or a umber in the photograph. I don't know if that's going to throw things off if I introduce a different shade. Let's just try a little bit. Right here. Right there. And then it spreads out a little.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta look at it. I gotta keep looking.
That looks good.
Now what's going on over here? There's so much detail. All these scrunchy lips. Scrunchy muscles.
I think if you lightly put in some of those creases on his chin and around his edge of his mouth there.
Right in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
This goes way out. There.
Yeah, that's good.
I gotta be careful. I don't want to overdo this.
No, you're doing it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put those little irregularities, little short strokes on his chin there, where the dimples.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very short. The other thing I'm thinking about is his left nostril. His left nostril. Look at that. Now look at the picture.
Yeah. It's sunlit all the way out.
It's sunlight all the way out, and it's well defined there.
Yeah.
Against that shadow. The flare of the nostril. Yeah. Ooh, that's good.
I gotta be careful. It's too wet.
Yeah, that's good. Well, what you did, looked good.
I think I'm done. I'm worried to mess with it too much.
Yeah, well, I think if you correct that shadow of that crease on his left cheek there, that goes down under his glasses there, the left nostril, right there, that in there. If we could get that, if we could see that skin over the nostril there is highlighted all the way out. And
yeah, I see what you're talking about. Let's see if I can get that. It's a little bit brighter than I have it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Yeah.
If I can get that. That's kind of a juncture of pencil and paint. Oh, I have a Q-tip here. Q-tips are good. Yeah, no, I'm worried that it's going to fall apart. I kind of feel like we got to say we're done.
Okay.
I mean, I keep seeing all these little things I can do, but I kind of think I just need to say I'm done.
Okay.
That's it.
I just wonder about the sparrow. I guess that's okay.
The what?
Oh, the white of his eyes.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that's the last thing I want to do. Should I paint that out a little bit more so it's not so obvious?
Yeah. If we could darken the white of his eyes a little bit.
And I kind of want to get some wrinkles under his eyes.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Ooh, that's good. That helped a lot.
He has eyebrows out here.
Yeah.
Now let's make his eyes a little. The color of his eyes, are those the irises? They need to be a little rounder and bigger inside his eyes here, right here. So that's going to reduce the size of the whites of his eyes.
Yeah, I don't see that white nearly as white in the photograph as it is in the painting.
Yeah. See that?
Yeah.
I've knocked down the diameter. I've made this diameter larger.
Oh, that's better.
Right.
That white around the eyes is too much. There. Boy, that really helped a lot.
Yeah. It really, really helps. Then there's some little wrinkles under the eye.
Yeah, yeah. Put those in.
Just the lightest little hints.
Yeah.
This has to be a little smaller over here.
Yeah.
There. That's pretty good. And there's a lot more detail, but I don't want to get too crazy about it.
Well, yeah.
You know?
No. That's pretty close.
Now, over here, a little more definition under here. Part of painting, I guess, is knowing when to quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this. See, this is wet out here, so it's messing with what's going on.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful with the wetness.
Yeah. Boy, I like the whole thing. Looks pretty good.
There's a hard line here. I'm trying to. There.
Yeah. Now on the other side of his nose,
I gotta do this. There.
yeah, that's good. The other, that crease along his left cheek that goes down to the corner of his mouth.
It needs to come down more.
It needs to darken up above a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Look at the shadow above as it comes down. Yeah, right in there.
A little bit wider.
Yeah.
And then it turns into a thin line.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the inside of his cheek. Yeah. And then this here comes across here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there. Ooh, that helped. Okay. I like that lip and chin.
Yeah, it came out pretty good.
That came out good.
Proportionally, it's a little bit off, but no, I'm real happy with all this. Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm done. I think I gotta just say I'm done and be done. Because I know I can noodle on for this forever.
Do you want to darken the background?
Yeah, let's see here. Should we?
I don't know. It might help to emphasize his face a little bit.
Okay, let's see if we can get a blend here of color. I see that as
not much darker, but a little bit.
But what is that color?
The color is burnt sienna. The magic color.
I'm creating a puddle here.
Yeah, try a little on some paper next to it.
Yeah. Let me get a test paper here.
Well, you got that hat in there. Just try it.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me get the right paper here. So that's a little browner. I got some yellow in my tray here, but that's okay. Now let's see here. See, if I go with just a burnt sienna, it's kind of reddish.
Oh, okay.
So it needs.
How about Payne's Gray?
Yeah, with some sienna. Watch this. Let's see if I can get a puddle. You see this?
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good. That might be good.
So I want to leave the horizon white almost, or very light.
Yeah.
You see out there?
Yeah. Yeah, good. You did it. Yeah.
And then right down in front, I guess there's... I'm going to do this like this.
Yeah.
All right. That'll do its thing. I'm leaving that horizon a little bit lighter. I don't want to touch his face. There.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that helped.
Yeah. I like that line of white out there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
All right. I think we're done.
I think you're done, yeah.
I'm going to call this done. Let me save the video. This is by far our most fully realized painting as far as minutia.
Yeah. Yeah.